What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Jacko G Freak coming at you with another brand new video today, and I'm here to explain that skill-based matchmaking will ruin Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and well, I'm here to tell you why. Now, let's get into the video where we jump into the fact where the community doesn't stop talking about skill-based matchmaking. This just runs rampant. Every year, a new Call of Duty is released, and we're continually talking about skill-based matchmaking, and it does my head in. Personally, it does my head in a lot, because it's just one of those things, man. Like, you look at Twitter, well, now X, you look at Discord, you look at YouTube, you look at TikTok, you look at everything, man. It's just talked about. It's everywhere. It's and even we're talking about when we're jumping into the Modern Warfare 3 beta, and even the skill-based matchmaking there was nutty. Like, my God, like you know, you sit around the couch and you pass your controller to your younger brother just chalks your account, then you jump on, you boost it back up, and then your younger brother has a hard time and he gets destroyed because you've had a good time. Like, it's just kind of like that situation, and the community and I are in agreement, where most of the community seem to think that ping is king should be it. With that in mind, you know, there's time and place for skill-based matchmaking, and that is for ranked. And we really want to like have like some sort of skill-based matchmaking for ranked, but I also really do believe that like there should be some loose skill-based matchmaking when it comes to new people to the game without like Call of Duty game experience and history. And even like to say with people using like special controllers and everything, like we don't want Joe Woke coming in slide cancelling around these poor buggers. And they would not be having a good time. They would not be having a good time. But games nowadays in Call of Duty are pretty much used for warming up prior to the ranked competitive. So when you're jumping into a casual game, I know for a fact that look, sometimes I'll just jump straight into a ranked game. I don't give a shit. I only have limited time, 2 to 3 hours. But if you have more time, or if this is the way you want to do it and have like a solid 1 hour session of ranked, and you have 3 hours to play, and you have 2 hours to warm up or whatever you need, well, a lot of people use the casual game mode as the warm up, which I understand that you know you want to warm up and get that ready for the big boy modes and everything like that. So the more competitive players have their own ranked mode. So there's definitely a place for the skill-based matchmaking to go, and then you obviously keep, you know, ping is king where it is. But look, looking at it across the board, like Call of Duty is the lone standout big boy game developers where they focus predominantly on casual over ranked, which it's pretty nutty. It's pretty nutty that they aren't seeing the wave here. Where they focus on the casual, which a lot of people are casual. Predominant like community base is casual, but they like ranked. And look, I guess I understand it, because COD with its roots was always a casual game, and it was made competitive from the pro scene. Like when you have FaZe and Optic and Complexity and Envy Clan all coming up through the ranks and just winning championships and everything like that. And that's when these LAN events were put on by the community, and then MLG and everyone came forward and started making competitive leagues. So they made a casual game competitive. So I understand that, and so they're technically sticking to their roots. But I guess the developers jumped onto that, you know, with like chucking in a ranked system to kind of cater for that. But that's only been in the past, like, I guess, handful of years, because we've never really had a good ranked system with skill-based matchmaking there. And don't even get me started about anti-cheat. That just that's another chat. That's another chat that we've got to talk about. But look, I think that the devs saw some players dominating a lot of people back like early days when there was a little bit less skill-based matchmaking. And not making it fun for others to play, which means that, you know, people aren't going to be spending time playing the game, sitting there in store, microtransactions, time spent on app, which, you know, more time spent on app, there's a higher chance probability that they will make a purchase and they will make some money from that. They can also sell that to other external companies for ad revenue and everything like that as well. You know, time spent on app, I know that's a big one in the mobile industry as well, when it comes down to that and advertising and everything like that. So, but look, it's crazy, man. It honestly is crazy, and I guess that skill-based matchmaking is there for as you get less time to play. You know, I can imagine it being a very good thing. It's a good thing for the single dad who has a little bit of time before whilst the kids are asleep, before he goes to sleep, and wants to jump on with the missus even as well. Even students that are in school when they've finished their homework, and even students at university or shift workers, and they just kind of want to like kick back and relax a little bit. But I guess, you know, that brings me to the point that COD fans are still cracking the shits about it, man. They're still cracking the wobblies, and I'm among that too. I'm among that. The devs don't like to chat about it though, even in person, off the record. A lot of creators have said reports saying that, you know, when they were at these invite-only events, they pull them aside and say, "Hey, Bruce, do you want to chat about that?" No, that ain't happening. That ain't happening. There's tight NDAs there. There's nothing coming out of there, and they're very tight-lipped about it, it's so frustrating. It's like talking to a brick wall. But like looking at the research about skill-based matchmaking and how it affects things, like from channels such as Ace, Exclusive Ace, and Nero Cinema, they've found it to be impacting connection by about 40 to 60 ping sometimes, even more, which results in like jitter and packet loss because you're connecting to servers like overseas, like not the main ones from your region wherever you are, which is so frustrating, man. Like you're connecting to online overseas, and it's crazy. And like the only game that I find that is pretty decent when it comes to connection and everything like that is Apex. Like recently I've been jumping onto Apex, and I'll tell you what, that game is smooth. Even at 120 ping, you can compete, you can fight, you can take gunfights and everything like that. But at the end of the day, I guess they don't give a shit. They do not care how you feel, what you think about the game. They have their own department where the dollars are coming in. They're milking the cash cow, baby. It's coming in, baby. And just like any good corporation, they obviously prioritize, you know, their shareholders and their demands there, because they obviously want to keep making people invest in their company and getting their stocks up and making the company worth more, yada, yada, yada. And I guess Warzone 1 was the perfect storm with COVID and everyone staying at home and playing all that free-to-play game, which is, you know, brings me to like Blackout. That would have been such a good game and would have popped off more if it was free-to-play, but it wasn't. It was linked to a paid Black Ops 4 game, which is why people didn't play it as much. And there was only like 2 PC servers in Australia, so it was pretty dead. But the console ones were absolutely popping. Now, I don't think it's going anywhere. I really don't think it's going anywhere. Skill-based matchmaking. Years and years of negativity and hate. They don't go anywhere. Nothing's happened. It's actually gotten even stricter. The skill-based matchmaking. It's gone so tight to the point where you are literally playing mirror versions of yourself, unless you're in a party with lower skilled players. This topic, it's genuinely depressing. Like, I would rather talk about Amaranth's collaboration with a beer company using her, you know, downstairs area yeast as a flavor than talk about this. Which, come to think of it, that's kind of entertaining actually. I think that would make a bit of a banger video. But moving on from that, that's a whole other video. We're not going to talk about that one. But I see on YouTube videos all the time people are ranting about skill-based matchmaking and negative stigma, and it takes a toll on creators talking about it full time. Makes you look like, you know, makes you look at life in a whole new lens. Like it's all half empty. It's very negative. And I see the appeal. I see it because it's a very victim mentality. But it kind of ain't for me. Because it just makes me frustrated, and there's nothing I can do about it. There's absolutely nothing I can do about it. I guess like at the end of the day, the only way to avoid skill-based matchmaking is purely to just not purchase the game. Driving down the revenue is the only way that they will care, because at the end of the day, they see that money coming in for their shareholders, and they're like, "Yep, let's keep milking the cash cow, baby. Let's keep it going." And it's frustrating. And so if it keeps coming in, they'll keep it going. And honestly, I think at this point, we have to remember the old days, and that's all we can do. Remember the old days, because they won't be coming back. There's no chance they'll be coming back unless everyone boycotts the game, which they won't. It's happened in the past. People have tried, but you know, it's such a staple, this game, this FPS. It changed, you know, the FPS genre in 2007 with Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original one. But they're just going to keep doing it. It's not going to go anywhere. So if you want a game where casual is casual, like an FPS game, like you're better off on Apex Legends, So sorry to be the bearer of bad news when it comes to skill-based matchmaking, but it ain't going anywhere. It ain't going anywhere. And impression farming with these skill-based matchmaking videos, honestly, like you just get views. It just honestly is ridiculous. So we're jumping on board that trend as well. Being a new channel, which we're posting regularly as well. So if you guys agree with me, let me know in the comment section below. And also, I want to hear your thoughts about skill-based matchmaking. What do you guys think about it? And tell me your favorite moments from back in the day as well with the lads, because I'm sure we all have all of our stories that we reminisce on and everything like that. But I'll catch you guys on the next one. Happy stomping. Remember to be safe, stay swollen as always. Boom, baby. Peace.